During this video, I'm teaming up with Hector Garcia as we show you how to create your own Chrome extensions with QuickBooks Online and ChatGPT. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to watch the video today. So basically, what got this video kicked off, I was talking to Hector Garcia and he was telling me about how he's creating all these new widgets, basically as part of his Write Tool app that allows us to basically supercharge QuickBooks Online the way we work inside of it. And he offered to go through and show me how I could create my own Chrome extension to kind of create some of my own little tools as they come to mind. So what I want to do is I want to show you what we created, and then after that, we actually record the whole process of us beginning the whole thing from scratch until it's all done inside ChatGPT. So what this widget does, when we're going in, we have to reconcile our different accounts. Sometimes once you've reconciled an account, you'll see that you've got some extra transactions that are kind of just hanging around. You got to figure out why are they still there. Well, usually what that means is we'd actually have to come in and try to search for each one of these individual items, see if it's a duplicate inside there, and it can be kind of time intensive. So we create this extra widget that now all I have to do is on this page, I can right click, I can go to search all amounts, and this will give a pop-up of all of the different ones that are listed here. Now we kind of did it this way on purpose because I could choose if I want to just select a couple of them in case there's still other transactions that should be sitting inside there. So after it does its search, it basically pulls up and creates these brand new tabs at the top here, where it's going to do an individual search by each of the amounts that we selected. Now the purpose of this is for me to be able to come in here very quickly, find the item that's still sitting there pending, and see if it's a duplicate to where I can delete one of them, make sure it's you don't have an expense that's overstated or an income that's overstated. So this really helps me save time by not having to go in to click one at a time, back and forth, back and forth. So I don't know about you guys, but I think it's actually a pretty cool feature. So hopefully by showing you the little widget that we created, maybe it got you starting to think of different things that you might be able to create for yourself. So Hector and I, when we went through the whole process of creating this from scratch, we actually recorded the whole process. And now we're going to share that video with you with all the prompts, the way we went through it. It even has a lot of the different troubleshooting things we had to go through to figure it out and make it actually work. So be sure to check into the comments below or into the menu. You'll be able to see the different chapters where we made different advancements in this widget itself. And of course, if you like this, please leave a comment below. Take a moment, like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, I really want to do a quick shout out. Hector, thank you so much for taking your time to teach not only me, but everybody else how they can do these kind of things. Hope you guys enjoy our video.
Okay, so in this video, what we're gonna do is, I was talking to my friend Matthew, who wanted to find out what is it that I'm doing with ChatGPT in terms of learning how to program and building sort of custom applications that can help speed up my workflow. So I offered to kind of show him the trial and error that I go through to try to see if I can run into maybe a way of optimizing a certain process or workflow by using what I know about QuickBooks Online and the little programming that I know. So the premise here is that we reconcile the banks. We reconcile the banks up to, let's say, January 16th, 2024. And there's 4 transactions in there, which I probably will need to delete. However, prior to deleting, what Matthew wants is he wants to search through the QuickBooks file to see if there's any chance that these transactions could be sitting maybe in another bank account or maybe as an open bill or maybe somewhere where he just wants to double check before deleting. So a couple of things that we can do. One of the things that we could do is we could select this dollar amount, maybe have it where you right click on the dollar amount and then you have it search inside QuickBooks Online in a new tab. That's probably going to be the best thing that we can
Agreed.
think of. Yeah, that's the best thing that we can think of. Okay. So let me open ChatGPT and then we're going to basically build this in baby steps. So let's start by saying I need, uh, I will need your help to write a script for Google Chrome console. I will give you instructions. That way it doesn't give me a
To start.
dissertation on the introduction of scripts or whatever. Okay. So I'm gonna start. First of all, I'm gonna start by backwards. I'm gonna figure out what the end solution looks like, and the end solution is figuring out if there's a direct URL that will take me to search that dollar amount. So I'm gonna open up in a new
Okay.
tab. I'm gonna open this in a new tab. I'm gonna go into,
Back page.
yeah, we're gonna go into a search. We're gonna go into advanced search, and we'll go here to all transaction lines, or maybe all transactions. That might be cleaner. We have to decide which one we want to do, and then go here into amount or amount line total, press paste, press enter, and there is a direct search URL. Now, don't know if that's gonna work or not. We'll see. I'm gonna X out of that. I'm gonna X out of that. Just gonna go back here to the home, and then if I paste that URL in there, does it work? Yes, it does. It does a search for me.
Beautiful.
So the first thing that we know is that we know this is the URL that we're gonna use. So that's the approach we're gonna be using. Okay. So we have that in there. So what I'm gonna do here is, um, okay, I need to I need I need a script that will take a a number in my clipboard, for example, and I'm gonna put here
121.40.
121.40, 21.40.
You're teaching it that it's going to have to be able to replace that dollar
Yeah,
amount
and then
into that
right,
search query.
and then plug it uh into this URL.
And now
Okay.
we see that it's in there in two places also. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'll put it here. The amount is in two places.
Which it's
Is
after the search add value array equals, and then the other one is add
Yeah,
value label array equals.
it'll actually figure that out for you.
Okay.
So you press enter, and it will actually start using the logic. It'll start finding it, and it's just gonna kind of go through that, and it might even say something like, "Hey, I might not be able to access the clipboard." We'll see if we can even access the clipboard. We'll see that. Okay, we're gonna be running this through the console, which does sort of its own thing. But then after we build it, once we have it functional, then we can figure out how to maybe like package it into like a Chrome extension or something like that
Okay.
with like a right click type of thing. So here it gives me what the code is. I'm not sure if that's gonna work yet, but I'm gonna I actually want to do the URL, and it's gonna open it. It's gonna open it in a blank screen. So it already assumes that it's gonna open it. So let's copy the code. We're gonna go back in here into the reconcile page. We're gonna go into the inspect page. And you have to go through this route because this is how you can access the code. Like
Mhm.
coding inside of a website. Okay, and then we're gonna paste down here the code, and then
Oh.
it might give me an error, it might not. There's a lot of trial and error, so I'll press enter, and
So
then it
you can
says,
see right there, it put in brackets the amount in both places. So $sign bracket amount.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
perfect.
and then amount is basically the amount that it's looking for. And then
Yeah.
there's an error here, and this is gonna happen all the time. I just grab the error, copy it, and then tell ChatGPT that it gave me that error, and then it'll tell you like
Oh,
what that
wow.
means, because I don't know what that means, right? So it'll say, okay, it'll start trying to figure, like, it'll like actually modify the code to make it work. Okay, so it says, here's some workarounds. Ensure focus. Make sure that your web page, not the console, is in focus when you run the script. Okay. Um, let's try this input element option. We'll do. Actually, let's use the old one. Let's see if that
Okay.
idea works. Okay, I'm
So the
highlighting this
challenge
here.
was, okay.
Okay, I'm highlighting this here, and I'm gonna paste that. No, document no focus. Okay, let's try the second script that it gives me. I think the script is gonna do an input element. Let's do
Yeah, I
copy
think what
code.
it's doing is because you have to put the code into the console area. That's saying you're now in focus into that. So this next
Yeah,
little widget is going to put you back into focus into the actual browser.
yeah. Let's see if this second one works. So this second one, okay, this second one it worked. It opened the second tab, but it messed
Just have
up.
to get the
It
amount.
messed up. It messed this up somehow. And the reason why I messed it up is because I'm copying and pasting code.
Yeah,
So what I'm gonna do is say copy and paste uh, doesn't work. Can you ask me for the amount first?
there you
Let's see if
go.
you can do it that way. Okay, so just kind of like you basically talk to the computer and just you try to. I mean, it's a lot of problem solving. You kind of have to figure out which approach you can do. But then again, once you get at least the action to work, then you start building on the automation. Okay, so let's see. Let's copy the code. Let's X out of that. Let's paste that in here. Enter, and then see up
Pops
here it
it up.
says what's the
Yep.
amount. Now we'll figure out how to like skip that
Actually
step.
automate the next step of it once we do
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
we'll do 121.40.
So it's brilliant. You're taking it step by step, reversing engineering
There
it
we
to
go.
make sure it works along the way. Totally
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, there we go. Okay. So what we could do, let's try something. Let's have it grab. Let's should we should we just
Step
I think
one
we
would
can
be making it reference that box, right?
yeah, I'm thinking if we could just work work with this. Let's work with this. Let's
Okay.
say okay, that worked. Okay. But now a different different approach. Okay. I need to avoid using the console. So I want to have a context right click menu item that will trigger this search for the selected text. So you don't need to ask me. Uh, build it as a from extension. Okay, so we got the first part, which we got the logic to work. We got the new tabs to open. It asks us for the information. So now what this is going to do is actually going to build all the files that you need for a Chrome extension. And it might not work. The problem is, you have to compile it, install it in the browser, and kind of see how that works. But it could. Let's see. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll let it do its thing. So to build a Chrome extension, I just learned this a couple of days ago, literally.
This is really
So
neat.
build a Chrome extension. We are going to create a folder with three files. One is called a manifest.json. The other one is called background.js. Actually, that's it. Just these two. So I'm
Okay.
gonna create a folder in my computer. Okay, and this, hold on, I gotta on these things are being. There we go. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna have a folder in my computer, and we're gonna call it maths amount search extension. Okay, so just created basically a folder called maths amount search extension. And then in here, I'm gonna create a couple of text files. So what I found in the Mac, I'm using a free app called Visual Studio Code.
Yep.
I think there's a free one in
You
PC
can
as
use that on
well.
PC or Mac as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna copy the code for the manifest.json. I'm gonna just paste that in here. Okay. Pretty small. I don't know how to make that. Oh, there you go. Make it a little bigger, easier to read. Okay, so I'm just pasting that in there. And this manifest is just the name of the extension, the version number,
Mhm.
and the location of all the scripts. That's pretty much all that is. So we'll save this. We'll save that in maths, and this is supposed to be manifest.json. Okay. So essentially that's your Chrome extension, by the way, which is
Okay.
pretty interesting. Okay. And the next one is the script, okay, which is like this is the logic that it was building. This was the first part, okay, that what we were doing. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit copy code. I'm gonna start a new file, a text file, paste that in there, and then we'll save that as
And what's nice
back.
about using the software you're using is it recognizes that's a JS type file to help you because
Correct,
the
correct.
language is in there.
And it color code stuff and stuff. Like I don't even know like I mean I could discern some of these things. I don't know exactly what
Yeah.
they mean. Okay, so we X out of that. And now we have that's really it. These two things. Okay.
Okay.
So then I'm gonna go back into my Chrome. I'm gonna cross our fingers now. I'm gonna X out of that. I'm going to go into manage extensions from my Chrome. I'm gonna turn on developer mode so I can upload my own extensions. Click click on load unpacked, select that folder,
Wow.
click select, and there it is. It's called Quick Search for QBO. Notice I have this QBO reclassify. That's the
Mhm.
one that I built that we actually built into right tool now. I can remove that. But so now we have this thing called Quick Search for QBO. So now that should be active. So when I go back into QuickBooks, I hit refresh. We'll wait until that loads. There's going to be an extension in here loaded. I'm going to click on the little extension button and just pin it. That way we can see it
Okay.
there. And it's up there, right? It doesn't really do
Yeah.
anything passively. But now if I select this text and do right click, notice it's a new thing called search in QBO.
Uh-huh.
Now we're going to click on that, see what happens. Look at
Look at
that.
that.
Okay, let's go back here. Let's do this other one, 5800. Let's do search in QBO. Second one didn't work.
Oh, it just took a sec. Oh, okay.
No, that was me clicking. That's weird. Let's see. Just did it once. Oh, the first
I
one
got
worked,
it.
not the second one. That's
Okay.
good. You got this one. It just found out the one transaction. Let's see this one.
So now those were both expenses. The one that it didn't do it was maybe a different type.
No, because
It
the
shouldn't
search
matter, right?
itself is not yeah, the search is not filtering. Um it's so which is the one that didn't catch? 5800?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I think the comma was messing it up. So I'm gonna come in here and put I tried with 5800 and did not work. You think you think the comma messed me up? And it will actually tell you, well, yep, it says the comma will mess you up. So
Okay.
so basically it's gonna give me the new script. It's gonna change something in the script so
Mhm.
the comma is not a problem. Okay, so I think what it's doing
Here's a
is
trim and replace is what it's saying. So basically
yeah,
that line
get
is
rid of
what that
symbols. Yeah,
is.
yeah, it'll strip out. Look, it automatically like starts making it'll strip out dollar signs. Okay, so let's copy that. Let's go
So here, then
back.
all you have to do is replace the one in the one file that you had, which would be your
Yeah,
JS one.
back on the JS. Yeah. Open that with Visual Code,
Select all. Yep.
replace it,
Save.
save. Boom. Then I have to go back into my extensions and I go into detail. It's already pointing to the folder. Okay, so all I have to do
Okay.
is click on update.
Okay.
Now I don't know how to publish, like I don't know how to like publish this in the Google Chrome website. Like I haven't tried, but I'm pretty sure like it's just a couple steps to follow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it now. Let's see, refresh. Okay, let's see. Boom.
Yeah. So now, if you wanted to
That's pretty
go
neat.
even one step further,
Yeah.
could you make it automatically pull, like if you had just all
Open,
those,
open, open all of them.
yep,
Okay. So I think we can, but it's gonna get trickier. Okay.
because
So
now we're not highlighting it. We'd actually be asking it to
okay. So we are going to take a different approach. Now I need you to find the amounts in the page and open every tab with its own separate URL. Let me give you the HTML component component uh to search from, or to no
reference.
to either, yeah, to reference the amounts to add to the URL. Okay, because it can't just like go and grab any number that's on the page. There's
Yeah,
numbers all over the place.
yeah, we
Right?
got to
There's
teach
numbers
it
all
the
over the
first
place.
time.
Yeah,
So
so
here, go back to inspect.
I'm gonna go to inspect. I'm gonna click on this little button here that allows me to like figure out where I want to inspect. Okay, I can click on that. Just make this to the right. I don't need to use console anymore, so I'm just gonna do um. Well, let me inspect one more time. Get rid of this. Okay, and let's click on that little button.
So on this, are you going to go for the table above it so it gets each of the lines basically, or are you going to go straight to the number?
That's a good question. I'm not sure because sometimes these boxes are formatted very strangely.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna grab one on the charges side. Okay, I'm gonna go copy element. I'm gonna say this is one of them. I'm gonna do both, right? Because
Column
this
eight.
other one, the one on the other side could have a different label,
Yeah, it will because it's
something.
going to be column 9, and that's going to have a different position place.
This is another example. I give them both. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah,
So you
eight,
got your
nine.
yeah. So the columns, it numbers the columns itself. Tab index still 0, and then the amount. D grid cell for the columns. Okay, yeah. So um, the vertical is the other grid cell. Interesting.
So the ones I want to extract are 121.40 and uh 920, 920.00.
We should remind it there may be commas for larger numbers, right? Or
Yes.
just do that later.
Yeah, and make sure that commas and signs are removed. I mean, technically, it should remember from the logic we're
Yeah.
following, but you remind it anyway. You click on send, and then it's gonna like, so with that information, it knows where to find it. So now it says, look, I'm just gonna find basically anything that has degree cell numeric amount. Okay, that's
Perfect.
exactly what it's looking. I know where it's getting amount from. I wonder where it's getting. Oh, there it is. Numeric amount. That's where it's getting it from. Okay. All right. So here's my new manifest for JSON. Um,
So now with this one, if you wanted to make sure you didn't mess up your other one, you could basically just create another folder, right? And
yeah. What I'll do is I'll compile this one into a zip, compress it into a zip, and then that's my backup. Okay.
nice.
Okay. So all right. So then now we have uh our manifest. Let's edit this one. And I could, instead of amount search, I can do
Yeah, you can name it
I,
whatever you want.
I could call it multiple amount search for QBO. Let's do 1.1 here. Okay.
You can name the description, you can do all that stuff, which is neat.
Yeah. And then the next one is gonna be the
Now,
content.
does it matter that it's got the example HTTPS example? No, because it's going to fix it in the code below.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. And then this
Yeah.
one, interesting. This one's the second one is not called background. It's now called content.js. I don't know why I changed it, but Let's change it to content.js and let's edit that. I don't know, that was just random. Maybe it doesn't matter what it's called. It can be called anything as long as you call to it.
Yeah.
Let's see if that works. Save that. Okay. All right. So let's go back into QuickBooks here.
Extensions.
Let's go to manage extension. Let's update. Okay. Yeah, let's remove the extension
Because
completely
you
because
changed the name of it, right? So you have
yeah,
to,
yeah, this the structure changed.
excuse me.
We'll load it again. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh wait. Mm, what happened to background.js? I wonder. I wonder if I
Maybe
was supposed to
you
delete that.
both. Ah, it's still part of.
Okay, so I still need the background.js. Okay, good thing I backed it up. Um, I'll ask it. I'll ask for it again. Give me the code again. It's gonna say, "Why are you so lazy? Just scroll up and find it." Uh, okay, so let's open up. Let's open up code. Okay,
There you go.
so I got my 3 files in there. Now I should just go to Chrome. Let's go to load unpacked. Select the folder. That could have been part of the issue too.
Which this is great troubleshooting to show people the so invalid value for content scripts matches missing schemes.
Let me see. Uh,
It would be the
let's see.
content JS is the one that was because it's
Content
not
J.
referencing.
But it's
No,
referencing both.
yeah.
Make sure I'm not missing something. You know what? Let's tell
Let's give it the
that.
error, right?
Yeah, let's tell ChatGPT did that. Let's see.
But not load manifest.
Let's see. Okay. When I try to load the extension, Chrome gives me this error.
Updating the manifest JSON.
It includes the complete URL pattern. Oh,
Okay.
where you want the extension to run. That's interesting. So this maybe?
So yeah,
Interesting they didn't do it on the other one. Hmm. Okay. So basically it's this one matches.
yeah.
Hmm.
So should we tell it this is the root URL?
Yeah, I think the asterisk.
Oh yeah.
I think the asterisk represents that.
Okay.
Let's see if that works. That's interesting. Okay.
Which would make sense because it left the placeholder, but we were expecting it was going to actually be smart enough to just put it in there for us.
Yeah, I just wonder why the first script didn't ask me to do that. I said,
There we go.
nah, it worked now. Okay. Let's see. Let's refresh. Forgot what we were doing. Oh, it's gonna grab all the numbers and open
Mhm.
open
Open the
four tabs.
tabs.
Yeah. Okay. Extensions here. Okay. And oh, but how do I activate it?
We forgot to make it as a right click. So we need to go back to ChatGPT and say,
Yeah.
please make this
Okay. All right. The extension is there. Uh, but I am missing the trigger. Let's see if
when the page loads. So we
Hmm.
want it, okay. We want it to
Yeah,
load when
I
we,
don't think I want that.
no, we want it to load when we right click the page.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think I like the page look. Okay, more control with a button.
Manual trigger.
It's gonna do a pop-up. No, that's gonna be a mess. I don't think I want to, but let's tell it that I want right click.
Yep.
Actually, I want it in the right click menu
So when,
called called search all amounts in this screen into new tabs, something like that.
forgot to put the other parenthesis on the name of its only challenge possibly.
The what?
For the name search all amounts, there's no in parenthesis. Okay. Fine. We got to change the URL again.
Okay, let's do this. Copy. This is
And when you
manifest.
redo this one, paste it below, not, don't go over
So
it.
you can compare them.
We need to get the URL again because see where the URL
This
is?
this
Yeah.
thing that matches.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll put that here. Okay, and then
Perfect.
we'll get rid of all this stuff. Okay, that takes care of that. And the next one is, oh wait, hang on. Okay, the next one is background.js. It's like more code here. Let's go to,
Okay.
there's more code now, see?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because now you got the bottom piece, the context menu.
Yeah, and then, yeah. So it's
Get the
weird. So
content.
it had the code in there, but it didn't, you know, it, like I don't know how
We
that
have to
was
update
meant
the
to be
content
used.
JS also here, right?
Yeah.
That's neat. Well, it makes sense. So the other one was thinking we just wanted it to do it automatically when the page loaded, which obviously we wouldn't, because that
We
would,
wouldn't, we wouldn't, and it also didn't seem to work.
yeah,
Like it wasn't
right,
doing it.
actually.
Let's do update. Okay, that updated fine. Okay, because it's already linking to the folder, so
Okay,
that should just work. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, search
nice.
all amounts in this screen into new tabs. Let's see if
Okay.
that works. You see it, right?
Yep.
That didn't work. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the console real quick.
I
Sometimes,
think it's because we didn't have the other parenthesis or the quote around the name of it.
let's see if any of these errors make sense. No, let me try it. What do you think the issue is?
So when we try to give it, if you go back to ChatGPT, when we
Yeah.
were trying to give it a name, you started to name it, but we didn't put the other parenthesis around the name at the top. So go a little bit higher up and I'll show you what I mean. It's in
Mhm.
your written description stuff. Um,
But we didn't change it. We just kept it the same. We didn't change that.
okay.
Mm, let's
Go
see.
up a little bit. Actually, go up
Yeah.
two. One more. Right
Yeah.
here. Search all amounts in the screen into new tabs. Okay, so now that title is fine. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it didn't do anything. Can you add a debug for after I click in the right click menu? Okay, and the debug actually will give me errors. Okay.
That's smart. I wouldn't have thought about doing that. It's a really smart idea.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Okay, so this is the background.js.
And then the
That's
console
background.
and add
Um,
console log. Wait, in
in
con.
add,
Okay.
yeah, I think it just creates the log in this case.
Okay.
Okay, the manifest doesn't seem to be changed. Okay, let's see. So let's go to
Extensions and update, right?
my extensions update. Okay, that's an update. Let's refresh the screen.
Come on, made it.
Okay, but I should be able to see it in the console. Place again. Message received to search amount. Executing. I think something's like the new tabs are not being created. Let me tell it that. New tabs are not being created. It's possible it's not even reading the amounts.
Yeah. Something like this, maybe what would be a good way
Okay,
for people to do it is you would try to make it find one first, right?
right, right. Actually, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna say, let's do something. Give me a pop-up with all the amounts you
Oh,
found, and then a okay, right, okay, slash cancel option for me to trigger opening the new tabs with each URL. This way I can tell if the first part, which is to read the amounts, actually happen correctly. Yeah, then basically we're gonna insert the pop-up in there, and maybe we'll like we can. A lot of times I just sort of go by steps and go, okay, how far is the script going? Like logically, how far?
mhm.
How far is the script going? So let's see if this does anything. Um, so that's it's a lot more code here. But you
This
know
could
what I
be
don't
actually pretty
I
neat because it could make it to where you've got a list where the next thing we could say is give us checkboxes to select the ones we actually want to search.
yeah, actually that's pretty cool too. Yeah, good point. Okay, so let's modify just the content. Okay, X out of that. Yeah, it says just the content. Okay, let's see. Update, refresh, close the console. Let's,
Found amounts, one, two,
well,
three.
the weird formatting, but it did it
That's
did.
space. Oh, you know what? Is it picking up spaces between?
No, I don't think so. Um, maybe.
So the 920 to
Oh,
19.
oh, but it did a whole bunch of spaces.
So what I think it's doing is it's looking debits and credits. And if it's not seeing anything, that's what that space is at that point. So some of
Yeah.
those searches will have nothing. For example, the very last two, it was you had your 920 was a credit, and then the next line immediately was a debit. So they were right next to each other.
Okay. But that helps me troubleshoot. Okay. The pop-up window showed amounts, but also a bunch of blanks. we need
There should
to
only be a vol
oh,
in each row.
oops.
There should only be a total in column 8. What was it?
Well, what could be happening is that these cell numeric amounts
Yeah.
could be picking up in other places too. I don't know where debit
Okay.
and credit is. Maybe
Well, the charge versus payment. So if we actually just told it there can only be one value in either, I forget what row is one, two, three, four, five.
well I think I told it just to like get rid of filter out the blanks. Okay. So maybe if it filters out the blanks, this could work. So this is just context. This is this is the content.js. Let's edit that. It's pretty fun, right?
Yeah, you just sent me down a major rabbit hole. I'm
I
gonna
know
be
you can get lost in this stuff, man.
I'm gonna be submitting different ideas over to a Write tool for you pretty soon.
Well, what's fun about it is I can, I kind of like I took on a particular task on my own, and
Yeah,
then I saw through it, and then I said, hey, Mark, make it look pretty, but at
yep,
least I got the logic to work. Okay, let's see. That's cleaner.
nice,
See?
nice. Open these in new tabs. So let's see if it gets them now. Come on, baby.
But now what's happening is the URLs are kind of messed up. So um I'm gonna I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell on it. Okay, that worked, but the URL looked like this.
Would you reference back, or is it gonna know?
No, I just give 'em what it should look like.
Perfect.
What should have looked like this. Uh, Something weird happened in the script. Okay, bunch of stuff happened.
Yep.
Just a new content.js. This version ensures the full URL is in there. Okay, copy code.
I can't even tell you, like when I was playing around with stuff like this without ChatGPT and trying to find errors, even just
Oh, it's
missing.
impossible.
Oh,
I
it
mean, but
was
not impossible. Obviously, that's wrong. But it's just like we couldn't do that. Like you have to like know about this stuff. Okay, let's update the extension and let's hit refresh. Okay, right click. There's my 4. I like that too because you can
I do.
like, yeah, hit OK.
I still think it'd be neat if he was able to actually give us a checkbox after we get it to work.
Look at
So
this.
imagine you have a whole bunch and it gives you finds them all, but you then just select. I want you to research just these ones.
I, and the pop-up be a bunch of check boxes so I can pick just the ones I need. Let's see if that's a thing. However, since extensions have limitations, injecting, no, I don't want to inject a pop-up with checkboxes. Okay, let's see. Inject a pop-up with checkboxes.
Hmm.
Ah, it's actually even like sizing it.
Yeah, you've got the
Okay.
HTML.
Yeah, that's adding a lot more code.
Refresh.
Wonder what this pop-up is gonna look like. It's gonna be like HTML, like it's not gonna be a regular pop-up. See?
Yeah, but I mean, I we could clean that up if we wanted to. Take off the 920. Let's see if it does it correct.
Yeah. Oh, now
Okay.
okay. But now the OK is not working. Hold on. That pop-up worked, but uh, okay, did not do anything.
And please put extra. Oh, I was gonna say,
Oh, I mean, you could do a bunch of stuff. You could say,
yeah,
select all, select none button, right? Like, I mean, there's also like
yeah.
sort, maybe like put in a table, allow me to sort it.
Also
Um,
grab the date. Be like,
yeah, I
and
mean, it just
screen, but
you could do a bunch of stuff.
please
But
write
it,
a whole new accounting platform that would.
yeah, yeah, you could, kind of could. It's fun to write stuff on top of QuickBooks because we already have like a process in place with the Chrome extension. So it's like I start directly thinking about the things that I need for it to save me time on. I think I'm not sure if the pop-up would be my best approach. If anything, I think I would probably stick with the regular window. But let's see. Okay, let's update that. Update. You always have to refresh so it loads again. There you go.
Boom, that's
But
good.
it messed up the URL again. See? So I think what it's doing is it's trying to reduce the context window of the chat, and it's like summarizing stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but we know how to go back and actually let's see if it happens. The URL got messed up again. Let's see if it goes back and checks.
figures it out itself.
Let's see. Let's ensure it's correctly formatted. Let's see if this time is correctly formatted. See now it looks like it's right.
Nice.
In the previous one
We had to tell it.
in the previous one it did that. See, it's almost like I'll just summarize that. That was like a yada 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 yada. Um, yeah. So it tells me just to replace. Wait, is that the whole thing?
Revised section of your content JS.
Oh, that's gonna be more tricky. So
Not too bad. I know. I like. So this one we just have to find the get element by. Um, or up a little bit, 50, 43. Line 43 on the side there, I think, is what I saw.
okay.
Document.
So that all the way to
Um,
this, I assume 52.
exact to 51, not
Yeah.
so you want to leave 52 alone. Go backwards because you exactly. Otherwise, you would have broken another part.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Let's see.
Now we got to update.
I'm excited to see what you come up with. Like now that you got like the fundamentals.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's gonna be
refresh.
fun.
I mean, honestly, I think this one people will be
Yeah,
is
this is a good one.
like,
There you go. Look at that.
yeah, they will
Brilliant,
be.
man. Maybe we'll add that to the right tool. That's super cool. I'm gonna um I'm gonna compile this one and
Oh,
uh and send it to you. Actually, I could do you better. I can grab this chat. I can share the chat with you.